Project sales. In Eagle variant, the estimated sales volume is 5,000 unit and the estimated sales price is 20,000. For us to get the sales revenue, we need to multiply the sales volume and the estimated sales price. So the sales revenue is 100 million. So sa Eagle Pro naman, we have estimated sales volume. We have 3,000 unit and the estimated sales price is 40,000. So we need to multiply again the estimated sales volume and estimated sales price. So the sales revenue is 120 million. And dito naman sa estimated number of unit to produce, we need to get the estimated sales volume of the Eagle variant that has 5,000 units and the desired ending inventory that has 500 unit, and we will subtract it to the beginning inventory that has 200 units, and the total estimated unit to produce in Eagle variant will be 5,300 units. So the estimated sales volume of Eagle Pro, we have 3,000 unit and the desired ending inventory is 300 unit. So we will subtract it to the beginning inventory that has 100 units, and the total estimated unit to be produced in Eagle Pro will be 3,200 units. Beginning and ending inventory. So in getting the beginning and ending inventory, first is we need to get the beginning inventory of the Eagle variant for the total of 200 unit, and their cost per unit is 12,000, and the total will be 2,400,000. And the desired ending inventory that has 10% of the estimated sales volume will be 500 units. And the beginning inventory of Eagle Pro, we have 100 unit and their cost per unit is 25,000, and the total will be 2,500,000. And the desired ending inventory that has 10% of the estimated sales volume will be 300 units.
Good day everyone. My name is Harobel Saperet from BSIS2B, and today I will be explaining the cost per unit of both variants. Isa summarized as follows. So the assumed cost per unit is the estimated expense to make one product or provide one service, and it includes costs like material, labor, and overhead. So companies use these estimates to figure out how much it costs to make their products, helping them set prices and plan budgets effectively. So the formula is total production cost per unit equals raw materials cost per unit plus direct labor cost per unit plus overhead cost per unit. So compute assumed cost per unit. So add up raw materials cost per unit, direct labor cost per unit, and overhead cost per unit to get the total production cost per unit. So as you can see, the raw materials cost per unit in Eagle is 6,000. In Eagle Pro is 15,000, and direct labor cost or unit is 4,000 in the Eagle, and the Eagle Pro is 7,000. So in the overhead cost per unit is 2,000 in Eagle, and in Eagle Pro is 3,000. So the total production cost per unit is In the Eagle, it costs 12,000. In the Eagle Pro is 25,000. That will be all. Thank you.
Good day. I am Justin Metro Arturalde from BSIS 2B, and I would be explaining the letter D, how we calculated the assumed figures for other components of the income statement. So, first, what is the assumed figures for other components of the income statement? So, these are the estimated expenses beyond production costs, like selling, administrative expenses, interest, and taxes. By assuming these figures, businesses can create complete income statements, giving them a clear picture of their financial health, which could be helpful in making budgets, analyzing performance, and planning for the future. So, the formula for income tax expense would be operating income minus subtracted by interest expense, then multiplied by tax rate. So, let's move on. Net income can be calculated using this formula. Operating income subtracted by interest expense and subtracted by income tax expense. And to compute the assumed figures for other components of the income statement, we need to determine the total selling and administrative expenses. So, next would be to determine the total interest expense, and to multiply the operating income by the income tax rate and to find the income tax expense. Finally, we need to subtract the interest expense and income tax expense from the operating income to find the net income. So, as you can see, the selling and the administrative expenses were already given, and it was 4 million pesos, and the interest expense was given as well, and it was 2,500,000, and the income tax would be 20%, and the operating income is 61 million pesos. So given that the operating income would be 61 million pesos, we would move on by computing the income tax expense. So how do we get the income tax expense? To get the income tax expense, we need to calculate the 20% of the operating income. So that will be the 20% of the 61 million pesos. And to calculate the 20% of the 61 million pesos, we need to multiply the 0.20 by 61 million, and after doing so, we would get 12,200,000 pesos as the income tax expense.
Company assumption and computation on cash receipt. Total sales of the year 5 million times 6, total of 20 million. First month cash receipt in month 1, monthly sale 20%. Month 1, 5 million pesos times 20%, total of 1 million. Month 2, 5 million pesos times 80%, total of 4 million, plus 5 million times 20%, total of 1 million, and total of 5 million. Month 3, 5 million times 80%, total of 4 million. Month 1, 1 million. Month 2, 5 million pesos. Month 3, 4 million pesos.
Assumption and computation made on cash payments. So, here are the months sales of in 7 months. In months, we have sales and 80% of previous month, 20% of current sales, and 80% of previous month sales, which is represent the expected portion of sales from customers who haven't paid yet from the previous month, and the 20% of current month's sales reflecting the portion of sales expected to be paid immediately. Then the totally cash receipts for each month are then calculated by summing up these two components. This breakdown helps estimate the cash flow expected from sales over the specified period. So in December, in sales, we have 5 million, and 80% of previous month, we have 4 million, and 20% in current sales, we have 7,333,333, and the total is 11,333,333. In January, we have 36,666,677, and the 80% in previous month in January is 29,333,333. In the 20% of current, we have 7,333,333, 7,333,333, and the total amount is 36,666,667. In the February sales, we have 36,666,667. In the 80% in previous month, we have 29,333,333. And the 20% in current sales, we have 7,333,333. In March, we have 36,666,667. In March, of 80% in previous month of March, same with the other months, we have 29,333,333. And the 20% current sales, same with other month, we have 7,333,333 also. And in April and May, June, is we have 36,666,667. Total of 36,666,667.